As basketball take a stand in Ghana, we have players like Ben Bento, Natation, who are actually making Ghana proud around the globe. Now the question is, how is basketball in its development in Ghana? How with me, an able gentleman who is more into basketball, especially in the Western regional zone, who is here to at least enlighten us and so talk more about basketball in the region. Say, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, now let's talk about basketball. How is basketball in Ghana?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'd like to use this opportunity to introduce myself.
All right.
My name is Eugene, and I'm with the Western Basketball Association.
Exactly.
So our association is basically responsible for all basketball-related activities within the Western region.
Okay.
And we form part of the main constituent of the Ghana Basketball Federation.
Okay.
So each region has its own association that handles basketball within the regions. We used to have 10 regions, so the associations that we have right now currently are based on the former 10 regions of Ghana.
Okay.
We are yet to create new associations to cover the new created 16 regions. So if we want to talk about basketball development in Ghana, it's broad. We can first look at it from the association level, that is for each region.
All right.
And I would like to talk about my region in particular, which is the Western region.
Okay.
So for basketball, we are looking at grassroots development.
Sure.
When we talk about basketball, we're always looking at things that happen on the courts, the playing, but basketball involves more than that, especially when it is seen as a means for socioeconomic development in the country. For instance, we've started this basketball league that we play currently at the Takoradi Mall, which features most players above the age of 20, though we have some youth players who are also playing within the league.
Right.
So as an association, we thought it wise to come up with a new development league, or if we should put it, a youth league that will look at the challenges in addressing basketball facility challenges, especially within the country.
Okay.
Because if you want to play basketball right now, currently we go around, most of the facilities are in the secondary schools.
Exactly.
And when you go to the basic level at JHS, you don't get lots of facilities there. So we thought it wise to come up with this league, that youth league that is focused basically on the mainly on the schools in the senior high category.
Okay.
So we are looking forward to start this league somewhere come April, May, and that will be one of the main developmental goals that we are setting as an association.
Right. Let me is it the regular inter-schools we do have way back in school?
No, this is not a regular inter-school. So the inter-school level is handled by GS specifically.
All right.
So we are looking at the type of league that would feature students from different high schools.
Okay.
So you can be from St. Mary's, you could be from St. John's, you could be from Shama Senior High School, you could be from Tadi School.
Okay.
And you could all come together and form one team as a youth team that will participate in this upcoming youth league.
Okay. Now let's talk about basketball and its effects on the youth in Ghana. Now, as a young guy coming up who would want to play basketball, what is the future for such a kid?
Thank you. So when we are considering basketball, like I said earlier.
Okay, let me just put it this way. From the business aspect, someone who want to play basketball to the highest level, the income level, what should he expect as a young guy coming up who would want to play basketball?
Yes,
especially in Ghana.
Especially in Ghana.
Okay.
So to answer that, first of all, we have so many opportunities in basketball, not only limited to playing.
All right.
Because when it comes to our association, for instance, we have a lot of people who are into basketball and are not necessarily playing. So mostly we have guys who are into sports development, guys who are into graphic design, videography, photography, choreography. There are lots of aspects in basketball which one can focus their attention on. So if you consider it as a business, I must say that the opportunities are vast. But for a player, say you started playing in the Western Basketball League, you have a team, and your team gets a chance to win the regional league.
Okay.
Now here's the case, you get a chance to play for the national league.
Okay.
We are yet to have that conversation with all the regional constituents to set up a national league such that the winner of this national league will get a chance to represent Ghana at the BAL.
Okay.
Now BAL is the Basketball African League.
Yes.
This one is international.
All right.
All African countries participate in this BAL. So when you get a chance to go to the BAL, now that is where the opportunities will come in terms of earning and income. So that will depend on the stage your team reaches, that is how far you can go in the competition, the sponsors or the people that are funding the team. So when we say that in the Ghanaian context, that is the highest level you can reach as a player.
All right.
But internationally, you know about the NBA and how
Exactly.
it's very expensive there, especially how much they earn. Look, we are looking at millions of dollars.
Exactly.
Even in Euro leagues, hundreds and thousands of pounds and euros. So at the national level or in the Ghanaian level, this is the pathway. Start at the regional, go to the national, you get a chance to represent Ghana at the African level. And that is where you can start earning some stipends. But I know some teams in Accra, some leagues are paying their players.
Okay.
As to the amount, I can't tell how much they are paying.
And now, what is depriving those in the Western region to also get paid?
So for now, we're looking at the league. So the league, currently we are running with no funds, no sponsorship.
All right.
So most of the times the players are playing for the championship or the trophy.
All right.
And sometimes there's a cash prize which is also attached to this trophy. And that is where they would get their funds.
Now, with no sponsorship, who's actually funding that cash prize?
So the teams pay a registration fee.
Okay.
So currently we have 7 teams playing in the Western Basketball League.
All right.
And to participate, you are required to pay a registration fee of an amount.
Okay.
And when we finish with the registration process, the proceeds that we get from the registration, that's what we use to hire the logistics, the chairs, the scoreboard you can see here.
Okay.
All these things, we hire them on a weekly basis. So whatever is left of it, we use that to purchase the trophies as well as a little cash prize for the winning team.
To talk of the sponsorships, have you taken the step in seeking for sponsorships already, and you didn't actually, receive such a?
Yes, so with the association is broad.
Okay.
I am handling the media and the information as well as the public relation.
All right.
We have other executives that are into different departments like the marketing and sponsorship departments.
Okay.
From what I know, yes, they've sent out a couple of proposals, but they will be the best people to answer such a question.
All right, that's great. Now let's talk about the league itself. How many teams? You said 7 already.
Yeah,
now,
7 teams.
What are the teams participating?
So we have TTU Oilers, so the current teams that are playing right now, TTU Oilers, we also have Lighters, BC, we have another team called IRED, so I've mentioned 3 teams now. We also have FS Academy, that's the 4th team. We also have Oil City Kings, that's also another team in the league. We have Elite Warriors, and the last team we have is Vikings Basketball Academy. So these are 7 teams that are playing currently in the Western Basketball League.
So after this league, what's next for basketball in the Western region?
So this is the ongoing league. This is our regional league. We're the first region to start basketball league. Okay. And I know Sunyani, they are currently playing a league too, and Accra League also just started. Okay. But for the high school level, come April 10th to 12th, we'll be having our maiden edition of Hoop Rave. This one is a Ghana Basketball Initiative.
All right.
And it's a high school 3x3 basketball tournament, which is aimed at revitalizing basketball in the country, especially at the SHS level.
All right.
And it features 42 senior high schools. We have 18 girls' schools and 24 boys' schools all across the country. So each region provided at least 1 or 2 teams that would be participating in this Hoop Rave tournament.
And what will be the camping? Where would be the venue for such?
Yes, it will be in Accra at the Bukom Arena.
Okay.
That's from the 10th to the 12th of April. It's a 3-day event. It doesn't only feature basketball. There's entertainment, there's culture, a whole lot. It's entertainment packed.
All right. To someone who actually loves basketball and want to follow you guys, get to know the teams, get to know the performances, how can they get in touch? How can they follow you? Do you have a website they can actually go into, log in, and also see the performance of the teams they would want to support?
Great. If you want to follow us on our social media handles, we are Western Basketball GH on Instagram. We also have a TikTok page, Western Basketball GH. And if you want to watch some of our videos, you can go to YouTube, Western Basketball GH on YouTube. We have uploaded most of our league game videos there, so you can catch us there. And if you have any information or any message or question, you can hit up us in our DMs.
Now let's talk about the challenges in basketball, especially in the Western region. What are the challenges you guys face as organizers or as officials in the Western region? What are some of the challenges you face with regards to the case, with regards to the youth, with regards to the students in the SHS, and also even those playing the league at the moment?
One of the main challenges we would say is facilities.
Okay.
If we look at the basketball facilities we have in the region, I said earlier, most of them are situated in the secondary schools.
Okay.
So it's difficult for the community to get access to basketball courts. So let's say you want to learn how to play basketball. You have to make sure you probably stay close to a secondary school before you can access the facility. We do not have community courts, as in the case of the AstroTurfs that they build in each community.
Okay.
So that, I can say, is one of the main challenges that we are facing. Mainly facilities and also funding.
Oh, okay. All right.
Funded.
Funded. Okay. Now, one may ask, what is the WBA, right? WBA doing about in regards to getting the facilities done?
For the association, we can lobby for the facilities to be built, but as an association, we do not have the funds to construct such facilities. So that's why we call on to corporate Ghana, look onto the government, the stakeholders to come on board. Because once you build a basketball court or a facility, it opens up a lot of opportunities.
And, okay, now what is the Ministry of Sports doing with regards to this? Has there any moment you've had an encounter with the Ministry of Sports as far as getting the equipment, getting the facilities all done? Because we know in football, anytime there's a football challenge, the Ministry of Sports come in quickly. How is it about basketball?
For basketball, I don't think we have such support from the government. We are now looking forward to position ourselves well so that the general public, Ghanaians, can look at basketball and say, look, we have other sports that are taking things very serious.
Exactly.
And you guys we need your support to make sure we make basketball bigger and better within the country. So for now, it's up to us, the associations, regional associations, the national federation, to position ourselves well so that stakeholders will find us attractive. Government will also be forced to push funding towards us. So that's what we are currently doing. And slowly we are making progress.
All right, thank you very much for your time,
Thank you
sir.
very much, Chief.
All right, sir.